Hey Paul, good news! It's harvest time, baby! You heard him right, it is finally harvest time! We're gonna get this harvesting done and then the series will very likely be just about over at that point. I wanted to do something short, just have a little bit of fun. There were not a lot of maps out, at least at the time of starting this series. Where am I going? My header is not this way. And I wanted to have a little fun. Again, do something a little bit different. And that is exactly what we have done. I'm very, very pleased with this. Other than the cows. That's not going well. The rules that I've set myself have not turned out well for me. So then, what are we up to and what are our goals? Well, first goal is going to be to get some harvesting done. So we have two humongo fields over here. One's very interesting size, and I'll be extremely interested to see how the worker does 4 and 5. And then we have 6 and 7, which is a big square field. It'll be pretty simple. We also have some grass fields, and we need to do some of that stuff. That is going to include some bales, I think, although we are going to have to swap out baler. It'll be interesting for sure. Now I am going to be utilizing the GPS. We are going to run 2 headlands. I think that should be more than enough. Nice, set it on, and go baby, go baby, go. What I want to do here is I'm going to run 2 headlands around both of these fields so that the worker can then do whatever they are going to do. We're also going to need to do a little bit of carting, and I think we finally actually get to use our grain cart, which I have not been doing recently. Oops. So far, so good. I forgot that Oats really doesn't give you a lot. I am curious, did I fertilize this all the way? How do you check that? Oh, it's all turned off for some reason. Check it out. I mean, seems to be okay. Needs plowing a little bit, but who cares? Nobody rolls anymore, and I have one of my fields mulched for some reason. I think the AI did that. I was a little bit nervous to see if these trees were going to be too close, but it seems to be all right. There doesn't seem to be any problems. That one's good. We'll see if these up here cause any problems. Doesn't appear to be any problems. So all is good. Hey, great news there. I'll tell you what, these cows have cost me some serious emotional distress. You guys suck. One headland down and we are 9,100 liters. Not too shabby. Let's get that stuff out of there. Pretty interesting seeing a blue tractor and a red grain cart coming to pick up grain from a green combine harvester. I'm sure it happens, but maybe not as often as you would think. Another pass around, a little bit less this time, but you would expect that. So let's dump this out. We'll see what we've got, and we will go from there. I've also added a new mod into the game. It's from Weasel Modding, and it's called Seasonal Prices. So one thing that it does is it adds a lot more variation when it comes to pricing. However, I have a mod installed that makes my prices the best that they could be all the time. However, it also adds prices for a few other things, which for me is a really big deal because now these things will be a lot cheaper. I don't know what it is about this mod, but it adds in the game. The game kind of uses its own thing to tell you how much different items are supposed to cost. And this mod, it makes them cheaper. It's not supposed to, but it does. It's great. Basically, it adds in the variations for forage, pig feed, diesel, electrocharge, methane, lime fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, silage additive, and mineral feed. So you're able to get better pricing if you use these. If you sell it, you can get a little bit more money for them, and when you buy it, it's way cheaper. So something like TMR, for example, you could see here, this is not only your selling price, but also the buying price kind of follows this as well. So buying is a little bit cheaper than it would be. Now, we're still not buying anything, but yeah, I'm really not sure how it's going to affect things with this game save, but I don't know. Figured I'd added it. I've been using it in my private game save off screen, and I've been enjoying using it. So I figured, why not? We'll add it in, see if it changes anything here. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But one of the great things is, if it does change things, that means for the next series, we can utilize it a lot more. Plus, I have the employment mod too, but I don't have that turned on. I don't think we need a job on this map, but I do plan on utilizing that some point in the future. It'll be interesting. It's fun. All right, let's see how this works down here. I mean, it's going to be fairly straightforward. You get a straight line one way, a straight line the other way. So we have a very nice acute angle. We have to spin this bad boy around. There we go. Back it up and get back to it. There it is. Turning, get into it. So this is fine. However, Whenever we get down here to the elbow, that's going to be a really interesting spot. I want to see what the GPS does with this. So far, so good. Had to slow it down a little bit to see what happened. It is curving around, following it. One GPS line, hands are off. Not too shabby. Wish we could see more of it, like see all the lines. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I want more GPS lines, not less of them. Actually, is that an option? Cruise control, show lines on. Yeah, all of that's normal. All right, well, whatever. Anyway, this seems to be a-okay, so we should get all the way over here to this right angle. We can also get a little idea of how the field's gonna go. You can see the straight lines through here. We have some diagonal ones there and straight up and down here. What an absolute mess. I definitely should have taken out this area right here, plowed the road up. That would have been a much better idea. Whatever. There's another set of trees that I'm a little bit nervous about. We seem to be doing okay, though. It is quite close, though, right there on the edge. We're going by them. So, whatever. It's the only time I harvest this field anyway, so that's cool. I thought I remembered making a corner here. It's like a nice little curve. Definitely curved. I got this weird patches of grass everywhere. I don't know, man. One full pass around this field definitely brought us a little bit closer to a nice total. 10,400. It's about 1,000 more than we made on our first pass of the other field. Not too shabby. Looking good. So then, now we are done with our headlands, at least the things that we need to do. Let's find our cart. Here we go. Oh, it is 91%. That's not good. We're going to have to empty this thing out. Well, we got our new crampy kipper right here on the back of the fence. I think this has been modded to hold 50,000. I think. Pretty sure I modded it at the beginning of the game. It's also been like 2 weeks since I recorded any Let's Plays for this series, so doing my best over here, doing my best. Let's see, can we do the elusive double dump? Yes, we can. I love it. Man, not too shabby at all. Combine harvester's undone, and it looks like our auger is going to be ready to go here too. All right. Yeah, this worked great. I'm like 90% sure I actually don't have anywhere to put that grain, so I'm just going to have to leave that trailer there for now. We need to get the worker set on a field, and we need to go ahead and start working. Find us some mowers. Where's a mower at? I gotta have a mower around here somewhere. We got this Vermeer mower right here. This should work. It does make things a little bit more difficult, so I don't think we need a big tractor like this for this. What if we utilize some of the money that we've got to... Is the dog out there in the grass field? He is. Is he sitting down like a good boy? Well, he was, wasn't he? Let's utilize a mod that is currently... with Giants for testing, at least when I'm recording this. Hopefully we'll get this video out quickly. It is not the MacDon, but it is this. It's also kind of this as well. It's the Plus mod. It allows us to mow grass with the MacDon header. So, well, where'd my face go? Oh, there it is. So now we can run this. It's dumb. We can go actually mow a yard with the MacDon. This is pretty cool. I haven't really used it like this. I've shown this off when I was doing the preview video for the Swathing Plus mod. So if you missed that, definitely go check that out. It's from PB Mods. However, this will be extremely beneficial to us now. Oh, we'll drop that there. Go and spin this bad boy around and widen out the width as we get it. And we can now mow grass that is in fields. How cool is that? We'll bring it forward a little bit so it picks up the GPS line, back up, set it on it, turn it on, and go. And there you are. As long as the grass is in the field and it is growing, we are good. Actually, I picked up that grass too. I guess the thing sits in a field as well. This makes things so easy, so, well, easy, I guess. I know BC Bueller Farms, whenever he had his Swathing mods back at Farming Simulator 22, a lot of people, myself included, didn't have a regular mower. We used one of these because it works great. I love that. Now, unfortunately, if my sources are correct, this mod will only be available on PCs because it is a script mod. However, I would imagine at some point we may get some headers that are kind of like this. Thinking Colossus, BB Mods could also do something wild and crazy. Do not put it past BC Buellers to not bring back their swathers, so we could see that as well. There's a lot of things that could happen, which put us in a position to be able to utilize something like this. Although I wanted to use it now because it makes this very quick and very easy. And I didn't set the combine harvester on a worker. Crap. Well, we'll get down to the bottom of the hill over here so I can just run over there and do it. Always a good idea to turn off your machine before you run away and jump. Got it. Love it. All right. Let's do the easy field first. I think that's going to be the best thing overall. We'll double check it. See, GPS line seems to line up perfectly right there. I do want to see the other side though. This also determines which side of the combine harvester I'm going to have to be on whenever I'm carting for it. This side seems to be lined up pretty good too. So I don't really know what kind of trouble to get myself into, but I think we'll start on the other end. That way we come from this side and then we can kind of go over it with the cart whenever it needs to be unloaded. Also, I don't know if I have crop destruction turned off or not. Guess we can try it on a little bit right here. Yeah, I definitely have it turned on. Crap. Here's my settings for the GPS. And go, worker, go, worker, go. All right. Now let's get back in this thing. So the game plan here is still what it was beforehand. So this side right here is going to be all grass. We'll turn it into a silage. Actually, hang on. Can't we just use my production for all of this? We can, can't we? The stave silos. So if we put grass in it, we get silage and hay out. And then it also takes the hay and silage and makes TMR after it's done that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna pick this grass up as it is. It's a lot easier that way too. Almost done with the headlands set on this field right here. I'm gonna do the headlands for the other field as well. And that's actually a field that we messed with a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll go this way, I think. It's probably gonna be easier to get into the field this way. Nice, there we go. Set the GPS line. That way it's easy to pick up. Perfect. Whenever we come through with some tools, we can make it easy. I don't know if I'm going to be doing grass bales. We could probably do bales and be okay. Or if I'm just going to pick this up with a loading wagon. I also am pretty sure I got rid of my baler because I was having some issues with it. So let's find out. Nice. Glad to see that this was lined up. Perfect. Cool. Let's go this way. This is another area I need to be very careful. Did I get too close to the trees? Number one. And number two, did you get too close to the trees? I had an issue my first time around with the way that the fields were on this map. Had some issues that it didn't want to harvest all of the grass depending on what I was using and which direction I was coming from. But after going through and like plowing up that area and replanting the grass on it, it seems to do okay. Seems to be all right actually. So I'm very happy with that. Let's take this, get it to about here. And then we'll kind of back up a little bit. There we go. And set that. Perfect. Now it looks like it just kept going. Cool. All right. I think the second headland on this is going to be pretty simple. We do need to double check our combine harvester though, which we'll do very quickly. It's 57%, so not a bad idea to do a little bit of carting the next time down. All right, here we go. I almost got around. I almost finished up with the mower, but we'll be all right from here. Once we finish up with the mower on the other field, I am going to release the headlands rather. I'm probably going to finish mowing the smaller field. That way we can go ahead and have something to start baling up or picking up whatever we're going to do. We will very likely have to buy a baler, but we'll cross that bridge again when we have to, but that's going to be here fairly soon. I also need to find something that will work with like the Fendt, for example, because this needs to be doing all the carting. So yeah. Also, it still looks like we've got some grain in there, and that's where it dropped. Cool. All right. So it did. I mean, it's done a good amount of field, maybe a third of the field or so. We won't have to come back for a little while. One field down, one to go, and the worker is going to do that field for me. There it is. Yeah. That looks a lot better than the other one. Much, much better. I dig it. This field seems to want to go backwards behind the harvester. So we will start it on this side, and it's the same over here. Well, that's weird. Whatever. Who cares? Set it up here. Boom. AI worker, 2 headlands. Don't do the headlands, though. And now you can go do your thing. I guess we don't need this mower anymore, do we? So, a baler. We need a baler that requires less than 300 horsepower that we could still pick up with the bell trailer that we have. Or we make this just easy and go with something in here. I am a big fan of the Lizard TARDIS setup. I'm also a big fan of the Titan setup. The Titan setup's cool because it's based off of the Fendt, which, well, we have one. We could go with one of these. What's the least unrealistic? Does that say 50? Oh, 50 meters working with. Okay, what about how much capacity? 150K, 500K? We could do 150K, that works. So here's what we've got. I think this is kind of the way to go here. The Titan Select, or Super Collect, Select, it's like 2 words. Anyway, we went with a 150K capacity. I went with base game orange. I'm hoping that this matches up with the Fendt that we have. Although I think the orange is a little bit different. So what I might do is change the orange on the Fendt to match. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Ooh, silage additive. Do I have any of that? When it comes to working widths on here, we're gonna set the same thing as our mower did. So hopefully we can set the GPS on this and go for it. I do wanna, hang on, can I open the cover here? Oh, I can't, man. This is like my favorite cover ever on something. I love these covers so much. Uh-oh, somebody's at 98, 99, 100%. Yeah, I was a little bit slow on this one. You know, I just got way too excited and had to do it this way. Now let's see if the worker wants to go back to work and do this the right way. I tried to keep it pretty straight on. Let's find out. Hire worker. Do they do it? Do they go forward and just drop down? They're gonna back up, aren't they? Yep, they always back up. Please? 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 Yeah! Very cool. Man, there's so much work left to do, which is why we're probably gonna have to do it in the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you soon. Well, man, I think the next video is going to be the last one of the series. Woo.